Shalom Aleichem Abotai, Shalom Aleichem. B'Zad Hashem, we start Rabbi Pinto, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give everyone big beracha v'atzlacha and b'siyata d'shmaya. And may HaKadosh Baruch Hu Hashem spell us shefat b'lidai, and may the merit of Rabbi Moshe Pinto may fulfill all our heart's wishes. Amen. King Amen. This Divrei Torah B'Zad Hashem will be for the Fuah Shelema of first of all the Tzaddiket Asarit Bat Rachel, and for the Tzaddiket Chai Sarah Bat Azat, and Rabbi Meir Ben Nuchama, and l'kol cholei Amo Yisrael. Amen. King Yiratzon. Now, Abotai, in the last few weeks of the Parasha reading, we read about the Tzaddik Yaakov Avinu Alav Hashem. So now, when we think about our forefathers, when we think about Avraham, what's the first thing we think of? Chesed. Avraham Avinu, Avraham Ish Chesed. When we think about Yitzchak Avinu Alav Hashem, what do we think about? Gvura, strength. But when we think about Yaakov Avinu Alav Hashem, what do we think about that? What are they associated with? So actually, in the last few weeks, we've been reading about Yaakov. So Yaakov Avinu Alav Hashem stands for what? Stands for the emet, for the truth. Where is it said? Titen emet liYaakov. Now what is the emet? What is this attribute of emet, of truth? So truth is what? It's emunah. The same way Avraham Avinu Alav Hashem stood with the kindness, with the chesed, and Yitzchak Avinu stood with the gevura, with the strength. Yaakov Avinu Alav Hashem stood with what? With the emunah. Where it says Yaakov tam yoshem alim. What's tam? Tmimut. Tmimut is like with the older generation. That Tmimut, that simplicity. They had pure emunah. They didn't ask too many questions. Their emunah was what pulled them forward, and that's what brought them to big heights. If we look at last generation, how many tzaddikim, how many people got to heights of malachim? So that came from what? From pure emunah. Now, Botai, there's a beautiful story about emunah that I think we should all maybe even speak about on the Shabbat table. It's a beautiful story that can give us a lot of strength. I told one time about the tzaddik, Rav Soloveitchik, that one day he was traveling and he saw a student, that he was a student that left the yeshiva and already started a more secular life. So when Rav Soloveitchik saw the student, he approached him and he asked him, "My son, my student, what are you doing today? How do you keep yourself busy?" So, what did the student say? He said, I'm engaged in business. I buy land, I sell land. I buy books, I sell books. I'm a businessman. So Rav Soloveitchik looked at him and nodded and smiled. 2 minutes pass. Rav Soloveitchik looks at the same student. He says, "No, what are you doing today? How do you keep yourself busy?" So the man looks at him, looks at the Rav, and he says, maybe he forgot that he asked me a minute ago. But okay, I'll tell him, "Rav, I do business. I buy land, I sell land. I buy books, I sell books. I'm a businessman." So Rav Soloveitchik looked at him and said, smiled and nodded. Another minute passed, and Rav Soloveitchik comes to the student and says again, "My son, my student, what are you doing? How do you keep yourself busy?" So now, the student said, maybe I'm not getting something. Maybe I'm missing a small point that I'm not understanding. So the student said, "I'm going to ask the Rav, what does he mean?" So the student turned to Rav Soloveitchik and said, "Rav Soloveitchik, am I missing something that the Rav is trying to ask me and I'm not understanding? Because the Rav asked 3 times, what am I doing? And 3 times I'm answering what I'm doing. So maybe I'm not understanding." So Rav Soloveitchik held the hand of that student. He said, "Let me explain to you what I mean." He said, for 3 times I was asking you, what are you doing with your time? How are you keeping yourself busy? And 3 times you answered me what Hashem is doing. That a person's panasa, a person's baracha, it all relies on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You don't have control in your panasa. You don't have control in the fact that you're doing business. Your business, your panasa, it's all in the hands of Hashem. So I'm asking you, what are you doing? What is the only thing that you actually have control on? And how are you using that time? You're answering me what Hashem is doing. So the student said, okay, so what really am I able, the only thing I'm able to do? So he said, the only thing that we actually have control is our spirituality. Everything else is in the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That the only thing that you can actually say that you're keeping yourself busy and you're actually guiding that time is Limud Torah, is strengthening our spirituality. And that, Abotai, is a lesson. Kol man David achamana litavelit. Everything that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does, He does it, and there's a reason, and He leads our world in a certain way. And that, Abotai, is something that we all need to hold on. Our emunah, our faith. No matter what happens to us throughout our lives, the only thing we can hold on to and the only thing that will not go against us is our emunah. With our emunah, we can change everything. We can flip shamayim v'aretz. We can take the ground and make it to the sky, and the sky to make it to the ground. There's no limit where HaKadosh Baruch Hu can bring a miracle. But the only place And the only way we can bring upon ourselves a miracle and bring upon ourselves big bracha is with the emunah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that we could see with this week's parasha, with last week's parasha, with next week's parasha, with all the stories of Yaakov Avinu alav hashalom. Yaakov Avinu alav hashalom merited to receive all those miracles of the fight with Esav, escaping Lavan, the 400 soldiers, the fight with the angel. All those miracles were able to come upon him from one thing: the koach, the strength of the faith, of the emunah. So may HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'at Hashem strengthen our emunah, may he fulfill all our wishes, and Be'ezrat Hashem, in the merit of this Shabbat. You know, Abotai, today it's Friday. On Friday, we have the Sefirah of Yesod. Now, what is Yesod? Always Yesod, Abotai, is something that is very interesting. Maybe we'd like to connect this to a family. Yesod, Abotai, we explain, it's like a bridge where all the Sefirot gather on this bridge and transfer from the Chol to Kodesh. Where actually the world transformed itself from Kodesh le Chol, from Chol le Kodesh. So throughout the week, the world is led with an attribute of Chol, of weekday. On Shabbat, it's Kodesh. Now what's the difference between Kodesh and Chol? That every single day we have one Sefirah. On Shabbat, which is Malchut, how many Sefirot do we have? We have all of them. But all the Sefirot, to reach to the Malchut, and to become something big, become such a beautiful light like Shabbat, they need to travel, they need to reach to their destination. How do they reach to the Malchut? How do all the Sefirot, all the attributes reach to Shabbat? Through Friday. Friday is the bridge between Chol and between Shabbat. You know, Abotai, the Zohar HaKadosh a lot of time compares Yesod to what? To Yosef, the Vadai, Ayin Hara, Bracha, Tzidkut, Parasha. One can reach to a big height. But Chazal also compare the Yesod to the husband. That the Yesod is the husband and the Malchut is the wife. You know, but what is this concept of the Yesod is the husband and the Malchut is the wife? And that's very simple. That a man has the power to do what? A man has the power to bring big potential and big happiness into the wife. But the wife, in order for her to really bring a big light, you need that unity between the husband and you need the unity between the wife. But you know, Abotai, it comes from when the husband goes above and beyond to transfer that potential and that happiness from his court to her court. So that's why, Abotai, we need to make sure to keep Simcha, this Shabbat. And for every single husband to take upon himself to go and to make his wife happy this Shabbat. Amen.
Amen.
So in the merit of Rabbi Pinto, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu fulfill all our wishes and make us a week full of bracha. Amen.
Amen.